am Stormy Weather, the only weather girl who always gets the forecast right.
28 seconds of intro. I decided to go with the order of episodes as seen on the official Miraculous wiki. This is different from the release order, which is also different from the chronological order. But don't worry, I'm sure the confusing scheduling will get better as the show's fandom expands and the budget increases. Is she carrying an umbrella to look the part, or does she always carry it with her? When we see her later, we see her with the umbrella, so I think she always carries it with her, most likely to protect her from the sun. The sin here, of course, is sunburns. I hate sunburns.
To my right, Aurora Boreal!
Her parents named her what? It's obvious who's going to win. This girl is so shy she can't even look at the camera, and this girl looks like a weather girl. I'm surprised she didn't win by default.
And the new Kids Plus Weather Girl is Miraculous!
I'm sorry, what? Parisians are dumb.
Standard text message rates apply.
Standard text messaging rates. This unsufferable child. Gosh, I hate her.
I'm gonna vote for Mireille. She's the best.
Does she know anything about either of the contestants? Maybe they were introduced earlier in the competition, but as the show doesn't deem it important enough to show us, I'm going to send anyone preferring one girl over the other, especially to this extent.
Why did I agree to do this again?
What is that?
If you can handle Manon for a day, any villain here on out will be a piece of cake.
Foreshadowing. Also, this is such a confusing introduction to the show. We have no idea what Tiki or the Miraculouses are yet, or that there are supervillains in Paris.
Adrian is in the park right now?
You go to school with him. Why do you have to see him now?
Who's she?
How does Manon not know who Alia is yet? Supposedly she's been babysat by Marinette a lot, and Marinette's been friends with Alia for a while, not to mention the fact that Alia is a reporter, and Manon's mother is a reporter. It just seems weird to me.
She's an absolute angel.
Lying.
Manon, put that down.
Kids.
You're just a pushover, Marinette.
Alia says Marinette's a pushover, then proceeds to override her wishes, which Marinette agrees to, because she's a pushover.
What's the big deal? You only lost by 500,000 votes.
Losing by this many votes. Considering the fact that she made it to the finals out of 5,000 contestants, it makes no sense for her to be this hated. She'd have to have said something offensive on Twitter for that to happen. Also, Alex a jerk to kids. Room suddenly goes dark. That is not one of Hawkmoth's powers. Does the elevator malfunction at the exact right time? If so, that's convenient. This happens a lot, so I'm just gonna send it once to get it over with. These butterflies can get anywhere.
I'll invite him out for a fruit smoothie at the end of the photo shoot.
Adrian doesn't hear Marinette yell this.
Moving in right now!
Why does Stormy Weather trap this girl inside the elevator versus just outright freezing her? And don't say it's a kid show, because this show has done far worse. Also, we know Stormy Weather is facing the elevator head on. If she pointed her umbrella in front of her, the blast should have hit this girl directly. So how does it freeze across the opening? Why is she standing like that?
He makes a smile when a mama brings in the spaghetti.
His mom is dead.
You promised.
What did Marinette promise Manon? Anything? The answer is she didn't. Manon's already a gaslighter. Ugh, kids.
Not the baby doll eyes.
Manon wasn't doing the baby doll eyes until Marinette mentioned it. Congratulations, you played yourself. How do they already have posters of the winner up?
I need an extra.
And the director said, let's have Alia hold an apple so she seems even more like a model, because they're all jerks, or something like that. Also, where did she get that apple from? Stormy Weather was mad at the balloon, so she freezes the merry-go-round, which coincidentally had two main characters on it and literally no one else, just as Marinette was walking away. My coincidental meter is maxed out!
Time to transform.
Silly Marinette. Benches aren't hiding places. Why does she scream like this every time? Seriously, it's every time. Ladybug's back breaks. You may laugh now, but she'll never walk again.
I'm not here. I'm sleeping.
Why was Plag not in Adrian's jacket where he always is? Was it so we could have this funny conversation? I think it's so we could have this funny conversation. Set in black and white.
Close out!
Adrian doesn't even let Plag eat his cheese. Considering Plag can eat that in less than 0.1 second, Adrian's just being a jerk. This transformation.
Why did I leave Manon? I should have never done that.
If you hadn't, you'd be stuck too, and you'd be forced to reveal your identity in order to escape. Or heck, since Cat Noir doesn't seem concerned about these trapped citizens, you'd probably get trapped in there forever. Marinette should not feel guilty about this.
So cool down and we'll call it quits, Kay.
How did she get over there so quickly? They were both in the same park Stormy Weather blasted Cat Noir from. Did Ladybug talk to Manon and then sprint all the way across the city away from the villain just because?
Thanks, my ladybug.
My Ladybug instead of my lady. Cat Noir is a creep. He constantly hits on Ladybug despite her telling him she's not interested and when she clearly tells him to stop. A lot of the fandom thinks Ladybug is too hard on him, but this is not charming. This is a restraining order waiting to happen. Ladybug has the patience of a saint to put up with him for as long as she does. Why did she leave? One of her main objectives is to get the Miraculouses from them, and yet when she has them on the rope, she just walks away? Needless destruction of property. Just walk down the middle of the road, or better yet, fly. His stance, oh my gosh. There's no way they're running fast enough to defy gravity. I simply do not believe it. Stormy Weather turns around before Ladybug yells. They didn't make enough noise to draw her attention, so I'm not sure why she turned.
Not you again!
Of course they came back to fight you again. You let them go. Why does law enforcement even try anymore? In a city with superheroes and supervillains, they're kind of useless. Why does the ice suddenly start to get stabby? Stormy Weather isn't there to command it to do so, and so far she literally hasn't hurt anyone.
You've shown them all.
Butterfly Mask appears after the sound effect and after Hawkmoth starts talking.
Maybe she's got some unresolved anger issues.
Or she didn't pass her driving test.
How do they not know who Stormy Weather is? Not only are there posters and screens showing the competition covering the entire city, Marinette was watching the competition at the beginning of the episode. She does this instead of, oh, I don't know, blasting them.
Bring them to me.
The butterfly mask disappears before Hawkmoth finishes talking. They should at least be shivering right now. Neither of them even has long sleeves on.
We're just getting started, Stormy! Lucky Charm!
The villain pauses to allow this dialogue to happen. This happens a lot in the show, so I'll only send it this once.
So we're about to be obliterated, but at least we'll be dry.
Not really. Even if that was what it was for, it's not big enough for one of you to use, let alone both of you. Although it does magically increase the side laser on, so maybe I'm wrong.
See that sign over there? Check it out!
Cat Noir understands what the heck this means. Cat Noir's cataclysm is never consistent in the show. Sometimes it works on more than one object, and sometimes it only works on a small area. The writers have a hard time sticking to their own rules. It's at this point in the plan that it becomes ridiculous. There's no way Ladybug could have known this would happen, and that's how, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna settle with, this works.
Miraculous Ladybug!
It took me a very long time to realize these were supposed to be ladybugs, and ever since I've realized this, I've been picturing millions of ladybugs working together to put things back together, all in record time. And while that picture is amusing, it also makes no sense. Also, the Miraculous Ladybug is such a cop-out of any real damage Hawkmoth does, and I hate it. Can they even arrest him for anything, since none of it technically lasted or mattered in any way? All other damage disappeared immediately, but this chunk of ice took its sweet time to melt. These firemen are celebrating as if they actually had something to do with the ice melting.
Someday your miraculous will be all mine.
You know they can't hear you, right?
But I will be victorious.
Here I am, once again, feeling lost, but now— oh, I'm sorry, wrong show.
Angel!
Calling Manon an angel. Sure, she's not that bad in this episode, but trust me, it gets so much worse. This frame.
You should have won. Yes.
I should have won, yes!
Ow!
If I had a nickel for every time I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Besides, I couldn't do that to you. She's an absolute angel.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
I want to see hunger in your eyes.
I'm a mythical unicorn from the world of Respa.
It's some invisible, mystical being, like a leprechaun or a unicorn without the horn.
You airheads! Black ice!
Oh yes, you're angry.
Get out of here, you nasty bug.